can't get past Bloodhound Knight Darriwil now. I feel like we're just getting worse with each attempt. Yeah, Cheeky. I feel you, man. Cheeky boy. Maybe you are the thing we need, Cheeky boy. You will save us with your super skills. Maliketh's looking different today. All right, this attempt, seriously though, if we lose this, I'm just gonna stop. I can keep it together for one more run, but if we lose it, especially early on, I think it's just a sign that I need to take a break. Go back to it tomorrow. Can't be any more than a 4-hour Andy over here. Wow, we've only been going for 3.5 hours. Maybe I shouldn't. Yo, Paloxic, what happened? Oh, dude, so much stuff. So much stuff. We got poisoned by the snail in Volcano Manor. How far did we go? To Margit. We got hit by Margit. Can you believe it? I mean, actually, getting hit by Margit makes sense. Margit's a surprisingly difficult boss. We got hit to Bloodhound Knight Darriwil 2 times in a row now, so I'm feeling like I'm like psyched myself out or something. So if we get hit again, we're just gonna do some boss practice and call it a day. Because apparently I'm not keeping it together. I'm trying. I don't feel super tilted by it, but I feel the impatience creeping in, right? Like the impatience to want to get back to where I was. Darriwil practice? No. I think I'm only getting hit to Darriwil because I'm impatient. Like I mean, we could practice Darriwil, but I think it'd be better spent with like Maliketh or Hoarah Loux or Radagon or Fire Giant. Any of the endgame bosses, actually. Maybe also some Margit practice, because that hit we took to Margit was on me. That was I got hit because when I circled him while I was doing his cane slam attack, I went too far behind him. And when you go too far behind him, he does this like summon dagger swipe attack, and I just didn't dodge it. You can dodge it. I definitely used to dodge that when it happens, but I just haven't practiced Margit recently, and so it caught me off guard. Man, I feel like the game is getting mad at me. Like, all of the bosses are now trolling me. Like, I'm not going to do the attacks you want. I'm going to do these really hard to dodge attacks. It's like it knows that I'm almost defeated and it's trying to break my will. Yes. Give up on your no-hit run. Elden Ring demands sacrifice. Miyazaki, no! Get a bleed proc. Come on, bleed proc. Oops, I missed. Bleed proc. No, bleed proc. No. Oh. It's cool. It's fine. Alright, we did it, you guys. We opened the door. We can now pass through. But let's not. Let's not. Let's check out this shortcut everybody takes. No, that is pretty quick. It's been a minute since we've had a good run, I feel like. When was our last good run? We set our PB like a few streams ago. And I guess we had 2 good runs. What was it, Saturday? We made it to Fire Giant, I think. light this for later so we can come back and get our foul foot. Foul foot. Foul tarnished. Smoldering with thy meager foot. It's a good run if you're having fun. Oh, thanks, Cheeky. I think you're right? I think that you hit it on the head, and resetting this early on is actually, it's fine for right now, but if it happens again, I do think it's not going to be very much fun. So if it does, we'll just do some boss practice, and then we'll have a much better run tomorrow. Actually, you know what we'll do? So if this run bombs, we're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna do Margit practice to make sure I don't mess up that, and I'll bait out that quick dagger attack. I can show you guys how to bait it out. It's pretty easy. So we'll do that. We'll practice dodging that, and then we'll go to Volcano Manor and make a save state by the snail, and figure out what is the 100% safe way to get past that snail. Then we'll do Fire Giant and Maliketh and Hoarah, Loux, and Radagon, I think. Those would be the good things to practice. Okay, I need to run to the bathroom, you guys, so I'll leave you with Melina and some BRB clips, and bear with me 1 minute. I'll BRB. Come on over here, away from the wall, friend. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! I didn't recognize that. That's on me. Got into a panic roll there. I was like, what is this move? I don't recognize it from this angle.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Bloodhound step, my dude. Wow. I cannot believe we just Bloodhound stepped like straight through that like roly-poly of his.
I offer you an accord.
It's right after the first fight. Okay. What? Okay. That was not as good as it.
So that's it then.
I am afraid are maidenless.
Cool.
I can play the role of maiden.
Cool. Like jump off their horse 10 times on their way to get to where was that going, Radahn? Is your aim off today, buddy? Are you drunk? Drinking on the job.
To the foot of the earth tree.
Oh, squish me again. Oh yeah, squish me again.
Settle, summon me.
Were any of those clips out of place? I feel like I haven't trimmed my clips recently, so there might be some in there that are just not funny. Sometimes people clip things that are just like informative to help me understand like where I got hit. Well, thank you guys for your patience. Excuse me, gentlemen. Oh, don't, no. I don't want you to stab me. Wasn't paying attention, sorry. No worries. It's not a big deal. I'll just go through and trim some. I just saw a few I didn't recognize. Like I saw, like as I was walking away, I got hit to Elden Beast. I don't remember if that was a significant moment or not.
Could you help us out, Paddy?
Mm-hmm. Welcome back. Hey, thank you, cheeky boy. Thank you. Oh, is the Foulfoot over there? Keep forgetting to watch the clip that Link sent me. Can we get him? Can we get him? Nope. Oh, and now he's mad. We've angered the dragonfly. Not good. Most fearsome predators in this game. Mm-hmm. 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 Zooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Nice. Gonna be like that again, huh, Darriwil? Come on, my dude, just be cool, would you? I need to, like, disassemble this dude's code and look at it. I don't know if he's just an RNG nightmare or if it's my positioning that is causing him to troll me like this. I don't think it's my positioning. My positioning, at least the way I intend to do it, is pretty consistent. But you never know. These guys take into account all sorts of stuff when they choose their attacks, which is one of the reasons I really like the Elden Ring bosses, is because they're like really complex, and it makes for like really like subtle but effective strategies for fighting them that you can come up with. Like, for example, in Maliketh in phase 1, he does this attack where he likes to jump forward at you and try and stab you with his knife. And if you jump backwards, he'll like chain it. It's like he'll do it 2 or 3 times in a row to try and catch you. So what I do with that is, instead of you know what? I should stop talking. But instead of going back with my rolls on Maliketh, I roll to the left and then back. And then I kind of stand there for a second. I'm sorry. I thank you whoever for the subscription or follow. I can't look away from Darriwil. He's hit me multiple times today. I need to not look up until it's done, because otherwise this is gonna happen. Darriwil, my dude, what is your problem? He's just mad. He's mad because he was like super kind to me the first 2 run attempts we had today, and he's like, "This is how you repay my kindness, brother. You come back here and try to kill me again." Wow, he is really just not doing it. Well, come on, Darriwil, my dude, please, just be cool. Just be cool. Gosh, what is this? He's not giving me any attacks I can punish. Oh, I do need a drink though, so I can do that. Oh, Saba, dude. Holy heck, thank you so much for 4 months, man. Welcome in. Welcome in, friend. Thank you so much for the resub on a 4-month streak. What a legend. I hope you're doing well. Hey, great and mighty Hollow One. Thanks for being so smooth. So smooth. You bet. Thank you so much, Saba. Welcome in. How's your day going? Happy Tuesday. You are, what time is it? You're probably off work now, or just about to be off work. I hope you had a good day. Hope you're gonna do something fun tonight. You can do some streaming or something. We got past Darriwil. Praise the sun. We shouldn't be praising the sun for that, but that's how today has turned out. Doing good. Setting up the studio for band practice in about 20 minutes. It's 4:45 p.m. and out of work. Nice. Nice. Yes, you're 3 hours ahead of me. All right, guys. It's that time again. Do you ever find yourself wanting to take a vacation to the Weeping Peninsula, but you're afraid to cross this bridge with a ballista? Fear not. Hop on your trusty steed and ride straight at the gap between these 2 barricades. The ballista bolt goes over your head every single time, and these 2 jokers are too busy pulling out their weapons to actually swipe at you. And there you go. Free entry. Welcome to the Weeping Peninsula. doing. Yeah, my brain auto completed it for you there, Saba. That's exciting that you're doing some band practice. Do you guys have any like albums or anything? I really enjoy your stream when I can hang out and when you play guitar, dude. You got some serious guitar skills. It's a lot of fun. I'd like to hear some of your music. Actually, hey Disruptor, will you do an SO shout out for Sebastian? If you guys aren't following Sebastian, he's a super cool, super chill dude. He does challenge runs of like Dark Souls 3, and he also plays guitar, and he is sick when it comes to guitar, let me tell you. I mean, I'm no professional guitarist or anything, but it sounds sick to me. Oh no, I know that feeling. Oh no. Oh. Oh man, that sucks. There it is. So yeah, check out Sebastian's channel. Dude plays good music, plays good games. What more do you need? Not again. No, my PC is not gonna blow up, you guys. That we fixed that problem. Paluxic, it's now 10:47 p.m. for you. I'm sad. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I guess you probably have to get some sleep then. Thank you for the kind words. You rated me 4 months ago for the first time. I'm glad I did. You just popped up. I was just looking for like streamers I didn't know, and I'm glad we came across you. You've got a really chill vibe and some sick skills, man. Yeah, I was looking for a small streamer that was playing Dark Souls, I think, and we had just finished I think probably one of our DS3 challenge runs or something. All right, that's our second stone sword key, including the one we got on the way to the Weeping Peninsula. And that's all we need. All right, so no mistakes this time, you guys. We're taking this run to at least Fire Giant. Whatever that means. It might just mean that even if we get hit, we keep going. But I can't do any more setup. I just can't do it. Not today, anyway. I mean, I can do this setup, the one we're doing right now, because this one feels good. But the next one, no. Now that one's gonna feel terrible. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I hear you, Alex. I hear you. Fear not, friend. I will free you as long as that dragonfly stays over there. One, two. He is free. Excellent. Hello, sir. Thank you for the beef jerky. Beef jerky. Disruptor, your next bathroom break, grab a snack. Blood sugar debuff is about to set in. So I've figured out kind of a way around that. I realized that like I get up kind of early in the morning, you know, like 3 or 4 hours before I stream. And I was eating breakfast at like 7 a.m. my time. And so, but I don't go on until 10 a.m. So what I've started doing is I eat breakfast like 30 minutes before I stream now. And so that helps a little bit. But you're not wrong. Ooh, no, I don't want that. The next time I go take a bathroom break, I will grab something. I got some beef jerky handy. Paloxic, you usually go to bed around 1 to 2 a.m.? Nice. Nice. Whatever works for you, man. I used to go to bed at like 3 or 4 a.m. and then I had to stop. I don't know why. I didn't actually have to stop. Oh, we got him. All right, this is going to be a new mini game, you guys. How many dragonflies can we like jumping attack as we go by on Torrent? That's 2 in this run alone. You didn't know they sold Exalted Flesh where you are? So there are 2 Exalted Fleshes, Disruptor. There's like on the way to Saints Bridge when we go through that camp. There's one in the there's one in that camp. It's like an item hanging out in a tent that we'd grab as we ride through. And the second one we get from Alexander for helping him out of the hole. I don't think you can buy them anywhere unless there was one there and I just didn't see it. Oh, yeah, I'm with you now. Sorry, that's my bad. It was a joke because I said I was going to get beef jerky. That's a good one. That's a good one. If I had been on top of things, that would have been like uproariously funny. Here, hang on, I can do it for you. I didn't know they sold Exalted Flesh where you are. Because it's beef jerky. Oh my gosh, dude, that's solid. Oh, so good. That's so good. See. There we go. Fixed it. I do always call it beef jerky because it looks like, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really look like beef jerky. But I often have beef jerky on the brain. I love beef jerky. Dried salted meat, oh, it's delicious. Hey, how are my audio levels when I was like scream laughing at you guys right now?
Yes, like this.
I think my audio limiter should make it so it doesn't burst your eardrums.
I'm hungry.
But I'm not often that loud, so I like to ask when I am that loud. I missed a message from you, Sebastian. Nothing out yet, but trying to get the bass player to record a couple songs you can play on stream. Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Yeah. Well, when you get something, please do share it. I'd like to hear what you guys come up with. If the other people in your band are as talented as you appear to be, then I imagine it will be good. Unlike these fences that I can just crush by running over them with my horse. My horse. I don't know why I said horse like that. Horse. Alright, time for sneaking. Don't want to wake up the big bear. Excuse me, sir, I'll take that. And that. And that. Hello, Blade. I hear you howling over there. Is there another one right here? No, that's just light coming through the trees. Ader, hey friend, welcome in. What's up? We're doing hitless challenge runs. We've had kind of a rough day. We had to restart a couple of times because I got hit, but other than that, it's going well, and that is what's up. What is up with you, friend? I hope you're having a happy Tuesday. Your day is probably almost done. Have you done something fun? Tell us. Okay, we have to pass time until nightfall for our sneak strat through Fort Height. You're asking me what's up. Yeah, I told you what's up. We're doing challenge runs. And we've had to reset a few times. That's what's up, my dude. That is what is up. Oh, you're being literal? Nice. Nice. Well, can you imagine that? There's a ceiling. That's what's up. That's a good one. That was a good one, friend. Thank you for subverting my expectations right there. That was fun. I appreciate it. Fortnite? You know it. Fortnite. How are you? I'm doing good. I'll be doing better once we get past this setup part of our challenge run. I've had a few really kind of facepalmy mistakes today, but that's just how it is sometimes. I spent too much time practicing the bosses and not enough time practicing the setup, I guess. But I came up with a really cool new way of fighting the fire giant, which has been a problem fight for me. So I'm excited about that. How are you doing, man? Pop. There goes the Jack-in-the-Box guy, just popping up. So we wait for that guy to sit back down. We throw Kukri over here and immediately start sneaking up on him. And he stands up and then looks over at where the noise came from, and we just sneak right behind his back. And he is none the wiser. You're doing well. Hey, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Are you getting excited for the new God of War game? Is it still coming out this year, you guys? I thought I maybe read that it got delayed. I'm super excited for it. I hope it comes out this year, but now I'm unsure. Now I am unsure. Yes, it is. Where you are. October. That is close enough. That's really good. I hope it does come out in October. Let's see. We need to wait until morning, because if we don't, the Knights Cavalry and Kaled will be hanging out on the bridge we have to go across. And nobody wants to hang out with that dude. He's mean. He is one mean bugger. I really hope the new God of War game has some new mechanics built into it. You know what's also out? What else is coming out that you're excited for? I was saying I really hope that the new God of War game adds some new mechanics. It would be fine if it's the exact same game and they just like complete the story, because the story was really compelling. But it would be cool to see their combat improved slightly. I don't know exactly how. Dragon Ball Superhero. Is that a good game? I've never played a Dragon Ball game. I imagine they're just like super fighting games. I'll have to check it out. Dragon Ball Superhero? Are there really two supers? Because that would kind of seem like something Dragon Ball would do. Hey, whoa. You better not have any inside information. I don't want any spoilers. But I mean, he is kind of old. Zooby-dooby-doo. It could be cool though if that happens, Ader. Bratty Boy could grow up and become a man, right? No, it's a new movie. Oh, I see. It's not a game. Dragon Ball Super. What color is Goku's hair gonna be in this one? Is it gonna be like, I don't know. What colors haven't they done? The art is freaking fire. All right, I'll check it out. Oh, hello. Ah! Lightning. Come on. Cut me some slack. Transparent hair. It's 3D, huh? Interesting. Yeah, whatever he transforms to. I like the new Twitch chat highlights feature. Makes it really hard to miss it when somebody mentions you. Alright, here we go. 1. Arm says we can just do it once. We run up here. We sneak. Let's trust in Arum. And if we get hit here, we can yell at Arum later. Woo! Thank you, Arum. Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan BK, Ultra Instinct, and M Ultra Instinct. What is BK? Was there a Super Saiyan Black? It's a lot of Super Saiyans, man. Let's go get our foul foot. This is now a Dragon Ball challenge run. Welcome in, Dragon Ball fans. Zooby-doo. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Oh, yeah, right. Because he can always do, like, Kaioken to multiply his power. Next up, Ultra Saiyan. MUI is Mastered Ultra Instinct. I guess I missed some episodes. I remember Ultra Instinct. I don't remember Mastered Ultra Instinct. So, I guess that was recently. Recently. We just lost like 50% of our viewers by talking about Dragon Ball. Zoopy-doo-doo. Next up is Ultra Saiyan and repeat for all of the above. Oh, that's cool, Ader. I'll have to check that out. I'm always rooting for Vegeta. I feel like he gets a bad shake. Poor guy just wants to be like... Oh, he just wants to be strong once, and he can never make it happen. He's always like strong relative to other people, but never to relative to Goku. It's real sad, actually. This is Sleepy Dragon. Sleeping Dragon. I saw McSwoozy doing this with a blood dagger. Where's Dragons? I know, Lemnis. I'm worried too. I'm sure he's fine. He gets pretty busy at work sometimes. So maybe he's just, you know, working late or too tired from his work. I'm sure we'll see him again. Dragons always comes back. We miss you, dragons. We hope you're safe and having a good time. Or at least not a terrible time. Okay, let's not forget to use the golden foul foot and not immediately go sit at the bonfire this time. Zooby-doo. Announcement. If anyone sees a dragons around, please report. We could just play his intro and maybe that will summon him. I think you can actually do exclamation point intro and then someone's username and the bot will play their intro. I made that work at one point and then not sure if I disabled it or not. You have a holiday next Monday, so that's good. That's awesome, Ader. Holidays are always fun. It's like an extended weekend. Let's see if this works, actually. We'll just, like, summon him. Bro. Dragons. Dragons is here. But he's not. Okay. We're gonna very casually, very slowly ride back to this grace so that we don't accidentally respawn the dragon. There we go. Now all is right in the universe. I baited you? You thought that was him? Got him.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to if you had it.
Don't test me, Melina.
There is but
Let's teleport through the power of hand-holding.
my hand.
Hand-holding. It's the ultimate power. Do you hold hands? You too could teleport to the Round Table Hold. Or to Farum Azula. Or to Volcano Manor. Wow, how many places in this game do you teleport via handhold? Round Table Hold, Volcano Manor, Farum Azula. Anywhere else? I mean, I guess that's 3. That's enough. Alright, so we're gonna get 20 strength and 30 dex, and I'm gonna split here so that we're on the right split, and then we're gonna go hang out with Raya. It's about to be a Raya party. While we're here though, I'm gonna buy our dagger. I guess I don't have to. We have to come back here to put the Ash of War on anyway. And we don't have to run over here. Cool, cool. Let's boogie. Oops. You know, one thing I wish you could do in this game that you can't is two-hand a weapon while you're on the horse. I find myself like always getting off the horse to verify that I'm actually two-handing a weapon. Otherwise, in fights like Fire Giant, you like jump off your horse as you're approaching him and get ready to attack, and you don't notice you're just like one-handing your weapon. This cookbook right up here we pick up, it allows us to make soft cotton so we don't take fall damage. There are like 3 or 4 places in the game that we can take fall damage. Or there are 3 or 4 places in our route where we can take fall damage. Plenty of places in the game you can take all sorts of fall damage. Quiet, Gary. You're gonna start a howl. Oh, you know, I still need to figure out how many sacred tears we need to refill all of our FP with 1 flask. Because, like, that sacred tier I grab right there, I might be able to just skip. So we don't have much FP, and we never level up Mind. So I don't think we need more than like 1 or 2 sacred tears to refill all of our FP. But I'm not certain, so we're gonna grab them anyway.
Surprise no matter. I don't hope. Don't.
Okay, let's equip our super OP lantern. And now we are unstoppable. That rider was a little close. Those riders are terrible. They have really fast melee attacks that they can do when they get close to you. There's another one of them on the way to get our Blood Boil aromatic, and I tried just riding by him at a full sprint one time, and the dude like ran up on me and was like, chop! And then I cried, because I was chopped. Like an onion. I got you, Raya. We're gonna go get your necklace. We're gonna get that invite to Volcano Manor so we can join the Mafia. And then we're not gonna do anything for the Mafia. We're gonna be like, yes, let's join your club. Okay, bye. Thank you for the keys to the drawing room. We're out of here. That is about as much association as I want with the Mafia. I will use your shortcut into the volcano place. What's up, my dude? I would like to buy this necklace from you. Thank you, and goodbye. We're gonna set a beacon because I can never get back to Raya without one. So it's really just going like east, southeast. From the Boil Prawn Shack. Whoop. Homeless man, you're gonna head to bed? Been lurking more than usual today. Was helping a friend with bosses. Hey man, I appreciate you lurking and hanging out all day. Thanks so much, homeless man. And thank you for the bonk. I hope you get some good rest, friend, and that it feels good and you're reinvigorated when you wake up. We'll see you next time. Quiet, Raya. I'm talking to homeless man. I'm trying to say goodbye. Grab a few more smoldering butterflies where we can. So smoldering butterflies and Roa fruit are what you use to make soft cotton so that we don't take fall damage. And luckily those things are all over the place. Roa fruit more than smoldering butterflies, but if you know where to look, there are plenty of smoldering butterflies you can grab. I'm really like honestly surprised how few changes we had to make to the route in order to make it damageless. It's like there's nothing out of our way, really. Nothing out of our way at all. Like, we need the cookbook, which we have to go that way to go around to get to Liurnia anyway. Roa fruit are everywhere, and smoldering butterflies are at all the like merchants along the way. So it's basically free. We just have to remember to apply the cotton. Any Trina's Lily enjoyers in chat? There's some free ones right there. Boom. Lemnis, you just sent me the best image. Oh, best image I'll see on Discord today. Oh, really? Really? I am intrigued. Is it okay if I check it out after the stream? Or do I have to see it now? Dragons! Oh, it worked! It worked! Holy heck, we summoned him. Dragons, are you Beetlejuice? We've been talking about you. We're like, where's Dragons? Welcome in, friend. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. I even like triggered your intro as like an attempt to summon you. We were all lost without you. Lemnis issued an announcement. We were all very concerned. All right, can I get this guy? Can I get him? Whoop, nope, nope, nope. Run away, quick. We don't have the Uchi anymore. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Look at him staring at me. That dragonfly was coming for me. You were here the whole time. Oh, good. Oh, good. So you heard us talking about you. You were playing the new season of Destiny. Nice. Is it enjoyable? Are you having a good time? I'm gonna assume so, since you've been here the whole time playing it.
Well, I presume you were.
Hi, EG.
I am an old cotter, yet I perhaps.
I'm an old cotter. Need one of these, and one of these, and one of these. We can strengthen our Bloodhound Fang to +4. Now, let us go. Hello, Loretta. Please don't shoot us with magic arrows. I mean, it does make sense that you would be here all the time, dragons. Can't pass up the opportunity to get them points. So far, it's been really good, dragons. They brought back old weapons people have been asking for a really long time. Hey, that's awesome. New updates that come out of games that listen to player feedback, that's always a good sign. Doo. Zooby dooby doo. Why did they originally get rid of some of those weapons? Were they unbalanced or something? Seems weird that they would get rid of weapons that were really beloved. Unless they were, you know, not properly balanced. Another smoldering butterfly for our cotton collection. Alright. Let's see if we can pull a McSwoozy and get past the snail split. You wouldn't believe it, dragons. We got poisoned by that snail in Volcano Manor today. Hey Raya, we'll be right back. By the power of hand-holding, we will teleport. Alright, hardest part of the run coming up, you guys. The snail in a hallway.
Brave, I am Tanit Rias, a warrior, perhaps.
I would like to join your club, please. Excellent. Admission is that simple? You'll love to see it. Lemnis, you'll BRB eating something? Take your time, friend. I hope you get something tasty. We'll see you in a bit. Dragons, Destiny used to have a sunset system. After a year, you can't upgrade them anymore. Last year, they changed the system, and now they're bringing all the fans' favorite weapons back. Oh, interesting. I see. I see. Well, that's cool they're bringing it back, man. Alright, so we're just going to do it old school style. Hasn't failed me so far going that way. I am going to make a save game, though, and we're going to practice that later tonight. Just to be sure. Hello, Bloodhound guy. Lemnis goes to eat some food as soon as I turn on my lantern. Zoop-a-doo. Oh crap. I was not sneaking there. I hope this dude doesn't aggro to me. I think I was just full sprinting by that guy. Who am I, Happy Hob? I've been watching too much of Hob's stream lately. I made that joke. I'm like, sprinting past this guy. Who am I, Happy Hob? And immediately in my head, I heard Hob going, "You wish, bitch!" Apologize for the language, but you know, that's what Hob would say. But in Hob voice. You guys know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's craft some cotton. Only 5 this time, huh? And we'll do our sleep pots while we're here too. I use cotton here. You don't normally take any fall damage, but when you jump over this staircase, but there was one time I took fall damage. I don't know why. I don't know how, but it happened, and so now we put on cotton. Yoink. Whoop. Cheeky boy, you actually never watched Hob? Is he one of those FromSoft gods? He's a really good challenge runner. He's one of only like 2 or 3 people that have done the God Run 2, which is like all 6 FromSoft games before Elden Ring back to back without getting hit. Him and Dino and I think one other person have ever done it, and that's it. He's an acquired taste. He's got a real foul mouth, and depending on your views, he can be controversial, but like he's usually in good spirits about it. So I don't know. If you're not totally put off by like tons of profanity and things that might otherwise be inappropriate, he's really funny. So it depends on how you feel about that. But if that doesn't put you off, I think Hob's he's a great entertainer. He's equally as funny, if not funnier, than Dino. Dino is like a Hob if Hob actually had some amount of a filter. You used to watch Dinos when he was doing the God Run, and you watched McSwoozy too? Yeah. I actually just started watching McSwoozy. He's got a really cool stream. He's got a really nice vibe. It's not too what's the word I'm looking for? It's not too in your face, it's not too loud. Jarring, maybe. And they're usually cats, so that's a plus. Also, other no-hit runners like Lily and Biotic Nova. I don't think I have ever watched their streams. Should I check them out? I see Biotic Nova posting on Twitter. Where am I going now? Going back to EG. Hello, EG. Long time no see. I would like to strengthen my armament, please. Thank you, sir. Now we're gonna go grab Golden Vow real quick, and then we will be ready. Nova's quite great. Well, that is high praise. I will have to check her stream out. Do you know when she normally streams? Is it? Oh, I guess it's gonna be different for our time zones, so don't worry about it. I can find it out. Some people I think I just don't ever watch because they don't stream when I'm around. There are actually some streamers that I wish I could watch, but they stream at the same time as me. Like Whimsy Psych, she's got a really cool stream. I rarely get to watch it though because we stream at like basically the same time. I think she's doing challenge run, but not no hit. Yeah, that's cool. I like challenge runs in general. This is actually my first no hit. It's my first time being around for the release of a FromSoft game, so I figured why not? I love challenge runs. This will be a good challenge. Man, come on. Crap. Why does that happen sometimes, FromSoft? This is not good. Okay. I'm gonna wait for him to do that, and then I'm gonna do a jumping R2. I hit. Got him. That's so weird. Like, sometimes when I'm sprinting on my horse and I hit L3 to jump off, it just doesn't. Which is what happened there. And that was pretty scary, I'm gonna be honest. But we saved it. 8 a.m. Central Time. Oh, okay. So yeah, I could probably see her stream. Usually around 8 a.m. Central, I'm probably watching Dino.
You're a youth no matter how you.
Alright, Golden Vow, perfect. GG. Yeah, thanks, Cheeky. It should have been an instant kill, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you decide you just want to stay on Torrent instead of doing a jumping attack. Alright, so now we got our Bloodhound Fang +6 and our Cotton. Let's equip our Physic. Equip, let's see, we can't do another level up. Right, so let's mix our Physic with extra stamina and extra charge attack. Actually, you know what, let's rebalance our flasks while we're here too. So I think this is the only time we should actually need to mess with them, to be honest. So we only need 5 or so flasks, maybe. And since we're not doing any damage, we can have 6 right now. Alright, so I need Sacred Dagger, we have our Charge Talisman, we need an Exalted Flesh, and our Sleep Pots. We're good to go. All because they wanted to patch this jump. Thanks, FromSoft. Thank you, Miyazaki-san. Thank you so much. I actually don't mind. The run through the area after fighting Godskin Noble is kind of a bummer. But Godskin Noble gives you 50,000 runes, so it's not like a total loss. So for this, we put our foot on the piece of paper I'm on now and align the bottom of our reticle to the top of this chain that's dangling from the ceiling. When we throw a pot from here, it lands perfectly on his head. Puts him to sleep, because he's such a sleepy boy. Sometimes he attacks first, though, so you gotta watch for that. We Golden Vow. Do our Stamina Talisman. Oh, crud, I didn't bind it. That's okay, we're fine. Do our Stamina Talisman. Our Exalted Flesh. Yeah, we're good. Alright, charged R2 into an R1, into another R1, into an L2 for a stagger. We run up and get the riposte. We immediately lock on, throw a sleep pot and back away, because he's going to phase transition. And then we can drink our blue stuff. He'll go back to sleep. We do the same thing. Charged R2 into an R1, into another R1, into an L2, and he's done. There's Godskin Noble. Let's see if we can do this area a little cleaner this time. Maybe not aggro the abductor. Can you can't sleep the virgin abductors, right? No, there'd be no way. I mean, there is something organic inside them, but they're mostly all metal. Alright, so this is the tricky part. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Hey, you didn't see me. Nice. Oops. Oh, Snack Boy just turned around. Dang, we're gonna have to wait. Disruptor, you never realized how silly that Sneck's reaction is when you distract him with a kukri. Huh? What was that? What was that above me? Yeah, it's super cute, right? Better hold my shield that way. Yeah. I really enjoy when they are distracted. It's entertaining. Because they look so serious. Look at this guy. He looks all serious. But then, yeah, when they stand up and they're like looking around, they just look kind of cute. You're just like, oh, look at you. Little guy, you're taking this so serious. You better find that kukri. And that thing, that seems so sketchy running by that flame whip guy. The intro flame whip doesn't have a hitbox, but you can tell that the part of it does have a hitbox, right? Because like it hits right as I'm going by, it like breaks a lamp or something. I'm sure it's fine. It's good enough for the happy hob. Why shouldn't it be good enough for me? Zooby dooby doo doo. Alright, so we throw this kukri to distract, not the Sneck. The Sneck boy gets distracted, and it's super cute. But it's mostly for this Albinarak guy up here. He's normally facing down the stairs, and as you come right here, he'll cast magic at you. So we distract him so we can sneak up on him and kill him. I'm gonna grab this dagger talisman. We don't use it, but sometimes at the end of the game I need a couple of 100 runes, and it will sell for a couple of 100 runes. We do a plunging R2 on that guy, grab this rune arc for a little extra cash. What does this guy drop? Now Albinarak Blood Clot. Okay. Alright, so here I'm going to put cotton on our belt for a minute, because we're going to have to use it a couple of times. Wait, what am I doing? We need this. So we're going to do one cotton in case I miss this jump. I don't normally, but I have before. And if we miss it, I don't want to take fall damage. From here, we're going to distract these dudes, bring them out here into the center of the floor. Once we hear them all stop moving, now we can distract them over here. You need to wait until they stop moving, because when you can hear them go and they're looking for a spot, which means they won't go to the next spot you aggro, you throw kukri, because technically they still haven't found their spot from the last thing they were investigating. Now we roll or jump, I guess. Yeah, sure. Sure, it's cool. Oh boy. Throw one last kukri over, or use another soft cotton. That works too. Sure. Throw one last kukri over here. Oh, we have soft cotton on, so I guess we could just run now. Okay, we only have one more cotton left now. I'm gonna have to make some more. Which means we need to find a few more smoldering butterflies. That's okay, there are plenty along the way, I think. We just need at least 2 more. No, we need 1 for Stormvale and 2 for Lanedale, so we need 2 more soft cottons. For now, let's go get our +8 and +9 stones and Kaled, and then we'll have our starting weapon, and we can go fight some bosses. Alright. Let's go back to EG one more time. Get our +9 upgrade. Doobie doobie doo doo doobie doobie doo. Now we're gonna go get our Blue Dancer talisman, and then Flame of the Redmanes, and we're good to go for Margit. Back to Margit. I can't believe we got hit to Margit. That was so cringe. Like, I should have totally been able to dodge that attack. Oh no, this dude's facing right at me. It's cool though. I don't think you can jump up here. I don't think. Famous last words. Where's this guy facing? Oh gosh. Yeah. Hello, High Road Cave. Let's turn on our light for Lemnis. Alright, we touch this rock to trigger the wolf. This other wolf has to stand up because he's all tired. This bat down here always roars at us as we approach, so we can just kill him. He's so angry. This guy always does the claw attack. You roll back into the right and then do an R1. You jump down here, just a regular jump is fine. Here you have to sprint jump, so I usually run in circles. Get my speed up. Whee! Splat. Do a plunging R2. One more speed jump. Whee! I'm so afraid of those jumps now, since we lost a run, because I, like, did a short jump. I have to say things like "wee" to, like, convince myself that it's fun and not frightening. Oh, we didn't ever bind this. There we go. Oh, I forgot to level up, you guys. Dang it. Shouldn't be that much extra damage we're losing. It's mostly damage. Yeah, most of the damage comes from the weapon. Hello, sir. Would you not? Would you please not? Would you just do the overhead attack? That's the one I want. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Hello. Overhead, please. Yeah. All right. Oh, yikes. That was really close. You do not want to be under that dude when he finishes an attack sequence. He's got surprisingly quick AoE attacks where he like slams the ground under his feet. I was really greedy. What happened there was like normally when I run in for the overhead, my first hits hit the like wrist areas on him and do extra damage, but I missed. And so the first 2 hits didn't do nearly as much damage as they would have otherwise. I kinda greedily made that happen. And almost got killed. There's a free Trina's Lily up here by this next spring pad. Spirit Spring. Yoink. For all you sleep pot enjoyers out there. Alright, can we get him first try? Got him. Nice. Let's do our last level ups before we go to Margit. That should get us 36. Perfect. Hello, Margit. Probably could have attacked there. Never felt this anxious about a Margit fight in my life. Thank you, Margit. Not being super trolly today. At least for this run. Smoldering with thy meager flame. Fear of the night. Oh, I still have my bow on too. That's the one downside to the blue dancer charm. Is that if you have like a bow in your inventory or something, it significantly reduces your damage. Because bows are kind of heavy. GG, well done for the distance PB of the day. Thanks, Cheeky Boy. Yeah, it is our distance PB today. Oh, I guess it'd be like that sometimes. Oh, I don't need that. I don't know why I grabbed this stuff. A zooby dooby doo 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 doo. Up we go. Do dooby doo. Zooby dooby 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 doo. Alright, so we throw a kukri at this rock to lure this guy down here. We crouch and immediately prepare to throw another kukri at this plank at the top of the first set of stairs. As soon as he turns around, we're going to throw this. And we're going to immediately crouch again and switch our weapon. Being careful to do our weapon switch immediately. Because if you do it too late, if you wait till like right now and switch your weapon, he will see you. This guy has crazy good eyesight, I guess. And then as soon as he turns around, we can sneak up on him and take him out, brother. Like, chop. Hey, Cheeky Boy made it past Margit. I'd call it a big win. Cheeky Boy's killing it over here. Is it weird cheering for yourself? Alright, so this dude can turn around, so we gotta be really careful. And then his buddy can come running through this door pretty quick too. Make sure to take these guys out. And here's the most horrible part of this entire area. Killing these firebomb dudes. We have to lure them down here. Because we can't use arrows with our bow. So we crouch and kukri. Imagine that. An important thing to keep in mind if you do this strat, not that anybody would do this strat, because like, who's going to do a melee only route through here? It's a stupid thing. I shouldn't have done it. But if you do want to do it, you can't stand against this wall right here. If they see me and throw a firebomb at the other side of this wall, it will clip through the wall and hit me. So if they're aggroed, you need to stand like back here away from the wall. But this guy hasn't aggroed. He's confused. He's like, what? Where's his buddy? All right, so he turned around. Is his buddy gonna turn around too? Yeah, they both turned around. Perfect. Fast enough, we should be able to just sneak up on his friend as well. Beautiful. You cheer yourself all the time? As well you should. As well you should. Do 2 rolls through these barrels and get ready for a third to roll that firebomb. Then we do a running attack. This dude is sleepy, so we kill him as he stands up. We unequip our bow so that we get slightly more damage. So let's see, it's 648 is our damage. If we equip the bow, yeah, it goes down to 629. So I guess we don't lose that much, but 20 attack rating at this point is not nothing. Sneak along this wall here, and this Banished Knight won't aggro to us. So we can sneak up on him and do a charged R2 attack. And with our +9 curved sword, it's an easy kill. Get our key. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Run past this dude, turn around and chop him if it doesn't chase us. This dude's gonna get up. He's guarding a silver foul-foot over there, but we're not gonna use it, so we just run past him. This Banished Knight right here, if you keep running, he won't aggro to you. He's really scary and we don't want to fight him. This little parkour shortcut over here, jump. Oh, wow, that was a really late jump on my part. My character started falling before I jumped. Then we drop down here. There are two patrolling dudes. They're over there facing the other way, so it's good to go. Right here, there's an event trigger. These guys are going to start waking up, so we start sprinting. Jump over here. And now someone is fully aggroed to us. You can see our stamina is draining. So we're gonna like turn our camera around and make sure that they're not in hot pursuit. Whenever my stamina is draining coming in here, I always light this bonfire and sit down. So it resets the enemy positions and aggros, just to make sure it's safe while I wait for the elevator to come down. Alternatively, you can just run to the elevator and then roll through these boxes. But the trouble with that is some of the dudes that will chase you have storm weapon arts on their swords. So even if they're across the gap while the elevator's coming down, they can do their like sword storm attacks that can like cross the gap and hit you. All right, Godrick. Good to go. We appear to be good to go. Let's go. Oh shoot, this is bad. This is real bad. This is so bad. Okay, we're fine. Thought he was gonna do the wind attacks because I was too far away. Is quitting to reset enemy positions allowed? No. You can sit at a bonfire, but you can't quit out. Not for Team Hitless anyway. Oh, my follow-up missed. Shoot. I hope this is okay. This is not great. Normally I get my follow-up attack there.
I am the Lord of all that is golden. And one day, we'll return together to our home.
The Lord of all that is golden.
Gold.
Alright, let's go ahead and we'll use our remembrance here. Do a little leveling up, since we didn't level up after Margit. I am the Lord of the longest death animation. Yeah, right. Thank you for the GG, cheeky boy. Yeah, so sorry, I was in that boss. You can't reset enemy positions with quit outs. Like if you're in combat, you can't quit out. You can quit out like at a bonfire or something if you need to. But if you quit out in combat like a speedrunner, it invalidates your run. Mm-hmm. 607 and 607. When in doubt, dexterity wins. And the creepiest, most grueling scream in the game. Yeah. It is quite a scream, isn't it? I think everyone had the same reaction at the moment. Ugh, yeah. Oh gosh, and that jump was too early. I compensated for my late jump. You're totally right. Yeah. Yeah, it was unpleasant. I watched that cutscene in its entirety once. That jump reminded you of a parkour fail. I know, right? The reason I did it is because the jump before on the way to Godrick, I literally saw my character like take a step and start going down before I jumped. So it was like a really late jump the first time, and I guess I just you know, did it early because I didn't want it to be late again. I don't know. Whatever. We're alive, aren't we? As I forget to put on my soft cotton right here and we like take fall damage. Lemnis, how you doing today, bud? Barely talked to you. You mentioned interning or internshipping. I think Lemnis has a test this week, so I think he's studying and taking exams. These guards all deserve a raise. Oh, oops. Oh, no worries. I didn't know if he was still like hanging out actively. Just wanted to let you know. He can answer for himself too, obviously. There's no oops about it. I didn't mean to answer his question for him. But we talked about it, so I knew. Mm-hmm. Yes, this is totally fine. Do you guys know there's an item down here? If you don't go through this portal and you like climb down there, there's some kind of like scarab hat or something. I think it maybe gives you more runes. Or something. Oh, interesting. You are on an internship, Lemnis. It's about methods to track the maximum power point transfer of a solar panel. Ooh, that's super exciting. Solar power is amazing. I wish we could power everything with solar power, but I gather that it's not efficient enough at this point. So if you're looking at like solar panels and like energy they can store, like what is, and maybe this is what you're actually trying to figure out, but like what is the like theoretical limit for like for energy that could be captured from the sun? Like are we they're very inefficient, meaning like there's plenty of extra energy we could be capturing with them if we had better design or better materials or something. Like does the sun, I guess I'm just curious, like does the sun, is it actually like a really sufficient source of energy if we were able to capture it properly? Obviously if we went to the sun it would be over there because it's got all of its, you know, actual energy we could harvest, but like from the rays of the sun. Do we need anything before we go to Radahn? I don't think so. You believe the best panels are currently at 38% efficiency. Okay. Might be wrong though. Well, even if you're wrong, you were right at some point, I'm assuming. Even if that's no longer the case. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting to equip our Great Rune. And activate it with a rune arc. Bam. And we're on the right split. Perfect. The ones you're working with are just 14% efficient. Wow. What's the biggest hurdle disruptor that we humans need to overcome to get higher than 38%? Manufacturing, engineering, innovation? Question mark, question mark, question mark. New materials. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's kind of a bummer though, isn't it? Generally, new materials are really expensive, aren't they? I guess that's just how things are developed usually. Like the first round of things is always more expensive because there's no manufacturers able to build that thing. Disruptor. Oh, so completely new materials no one has thought of, question mark? Or we know what the new materials are, but we need to make it more affordable. Affordable, efficient for us to make. Yeah. I kind of assumed it was the first one, but it'll be interesting to see what Lemnis says. Are there butterflies on this dude's fire? Nope. Thanks for nothing, merchant. Why doesn't your bonfire have smoldering butterflies? Did you just say graphene? I saw part of your message out of the corner of my eye. You did say graphene. What is graphene not good for? There are some materials like graphene that are known, but they just can't figure out how to mass produce it. Yeah. But in this case, it would be a totally new material. All right, General Radahn. We meet again. So I aggro everyone in the area to me by running over all these things.
Welcome. The stars have aligned. The festival is nigh. Are you the festival?
Ready as I'll ever be. Let's go. But now we must make merry. Is a similar problem to keeping pushing faster and faster computers. Yeah, that makes sense. Good luck. Thanks. Hopefully I don't need it. I'm a little worried. I was watching Tyrannosaurus Brett today, and he was learning how to fight Radahn and having a bunch of trouble. I mean, not a bunch of trouble. He got it done, but you know, the normal trouble you have when you're learning to fight Radahn. But seeing him die that many times now has me nervous. I don't know why. Thank you guys for the good luck. Thank you, Saba. Thank you. Thank you, Limnus. Bone break at practice. Nice. Nice. Hopefully practice is going well for you. Wait for him to draw his swords. Perfect. Alright, here we go. Oh shit. I went too far! I went too far, you guys! Oh, we're committed to it now. Nope. This is why I rested at the bonfire. It would have probably been fine to continue that, but I don't want to fight a prolonged phase 2. And that's where we were heading. I got I got too used to watching Brett and McSwoozy. They go in and they do 4 attacks in the first interaction with him. And I guess I do slightly more damage, probably because of Blue Dancer. But if I do 4 attacks, he goes into his phase transition. So I should have only done 3. And then I'm like messed up the follow-ups during his transition, so it's just like I lost a bunch of damage that I would have otherwise gotten. We'll just do it one more time. That's no big deal. No, it's not, Monka. This is totally fine. It's all going to plan. To the new plan, but you know, to plan. Wasn't the original plan, but it's the like new and let's call it improved plan. It's the don't get hit, just start over plan. I think after this run is done, maybe we'll go do, I don't know. I'm still going back and forth. Another idea I had is maybe we'll do another RL1 run. But we'll do like RL1, you know, melee run. Because I would like to better learn Radahn's fight. There's parts of it that we just totally miss. Don't get greedy, don't get squished. Oh, that's Fire Giant. That's true. Wrong boss. It kind of applies here. Wait for him to draw his swords. Now we can gallop. One, two, three. Get back on Torrent. and then we do that one more time, but this time we hit him as many times as we can. Not the first time. Oh, it's a little early. Ugh. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Oh. All right, so we just look forward wherever we want, and he'll show up there. There he is. We go to our left a little bit. As soon as he lands, we lock on and we ride in, and we try to stay at a medium distance because we don't want his fast swipe attacks. We want this one, and then we roll the slam and we get our final hit. Because he always does this attack when phase 3 starts, or phase 2, depending on how you look at it. He always does the attack where he jumps up, slams his weapons, and summons meteors. So by staying at a medium distance, we avoid him. Like, he can do like get away from me attacks before he does the meteor summon. So if you like run in too close as phase 2 or 3 starts, you can get a bunch of different attacks. You know what he can do, like the double spin swipe attack or the like swipe backstep attack. But by staying at a medium distance and waiting for him to start doing his meteor summon, we get like another free opportunity to do damage to him. Poor Leonard always takes the final hit. Yeah, I mean, it's scary getting near Radahn at the end. I mean, he's got all those like rocks sticking out of his already huge great swords. Now we have to go kill Alexander, you guys. Sorry, Alexander. We'll miss you, you murderous pot person that likes to eat humans. He has like one of the best punny lines in this whole freaking game, though. Watch what he says. So he is a pot, right? Watch what he says as he dies. How could this? Was my whole existence just a crock? Oh man, I can't get enough of it. Like crock pot. It's so good. It's so good, but so bad at the same time. I just love it. I love it. 10 out of 10 FromSoft. 10 out of 10. All right, let's go get our pouch. Then we'll go grab a few more talismans and head to Lanedale. Lanedale, you can't keep me out. I've got great runes now. 2 of them.
Fine, you have now to become the figure.
Did my stamina end just before he goes into meteor phase? It did. Yeah, I was hitting R1 as fast as I could, Lemnis. I ran out of stamina. I usually run out of stamina. Also, it was a little scuffed because he was doing that thing during his phase transition where he tried to chase me in circles. That doesn't normally happen, but when it does, I try to take advantage of it. But I exhausted some extra stamina chasing him and trying to swipe at him. All right, so that's our pouch. Let's sell some runes here real quick. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll do the leveling after we go to Demi-Human Queen Gillica. But right now, you guys, I need to run to the bathroom, so if you'll bear with me just 1 minute, I will BRB. Oh shoot, I don't have my 2-hand. Okay, we got it. Oh, come on. Boo. Oh boy. See you later, Ornstein. Oh no, I didn't do my stamina potion again. What? Nice, we got it. We'll have to summon another one eventually. Oh no, it didn't die? It did die. Okay, good. What? It didn't die? No. Summon another one. Here we go. Gotcha, Sully. Oh, boy. Like jump off their horse 10 times on their way to get. Where was that going, Radahn? Is your aim off today, buddy? Are you drunk? Drinking on the job. I love that clip. This is why you don't talk smack to Radahn. He hears you, and he responds in kind. Alright, thank you guys for your patience. Let's go hang out with Demi-Human Queen Gillica. Instant karma at its finest. Yeah, right, Lemnis. Zooby-dooby-doo. What is that? Oh, it's another demi-human. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, let's drink up. And we apologize, Gillica, for what is about to happen to you. You deserve better. But you won't find it here. That's another 70 attack right there from the ritual sword. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so we're about to go into Arza Hero's grave. And how is it that we have exactly 80,000 runes? That's wild. Lurk, alright, you're gonna return to your studies, Lemnis? You'll check in on me later, see how it's going. Hey, thanks so much, Lemnis, and thank you for the lurk, friend. I hope your studies go well. We'll see you later. It's past time until morning. Do a few levels, see what kind of runes we have left over, whether we need to go back to the round table hold. 630 if we go dex, and 633 if we go strength. Strength wins. Let's see, so we need another 10,000 in order to level up again. Oh, and we have Radahn. This rune. I guess we have more levels. Let's see. 645 and 645. When in doubt, oh, perfect. Now we have 700 runes left over. So barely anything, which is exactly what we want. Because in the Arza Hero's grave, we have to go through the dungeon twice. And at the end of the first time, rather than run all the way back out because we're kind of trapped, we use our Memory of Grace to give up our runes and go back to the last grace we rested at. So we don't want to have like a whole level's worth of runes when we go into that dungeon. Or close to. If we had a whole level, it's not a problem. We could just use them. Mushroom, Altus Bloom. We use mushrooms for they're the second ingredient for our sleep pots, and we need a few Altus Blooms to make the blood boil aromatic that we use for Sir Gideon Ofnir. Hello, gents. You left the door open, so I'm just gonna ride on through. These guys are not great guards. I feel like somebody's getting fired. What do you mean he made it through? You guys didn't shut the door? You guys never thought of shutting the doors? You know, if I'm being honest, I don't think we need any more golden seeds. I continue to pick them up because who's not going to pick up free golden seeds just hanging out there? But we already have 6 flasks, and there is no way we're using 6 flasks worth of weapon arts in any fight in this game. Do they have any rune value disruptor? They don't. I don't think you can sell them. I don't even think you can drop them, to be honest. I think they're just like in your inventory now. Yeah, I don't even think they have a measly value. I mean, we can check it out next time we're at a merchant, but I'm pretty sure they're one of those items that you just can't do anything with unless you want to use it to upgrade. Okay, so we need our Land of Reed's armor for this area, so we avoid getting Death Blight from the frogs. Because did you know, if you're not wearing any armor, you get Death Blight from these frogs real fast. We lost a run in here at one point because I wasn't wearing my armor and I like stood in the mist that they puke up for like, I don't know, I want to say like just a second or so, and I got death blighted. It was terrible. Terrible and surprising. We laughed. Well, I cried. Chat laughed. And a good time was had by most. Oh, these two aren't going to line up, are they? There goes one, there goes the other. Good enough. I hope. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It was fine, turns out. You just have to say, I think it's fine to be sure. It's our holy grease that we use for Gideon Ofnir and for Draconic Tree Sentinel. Though I'm not sure it helps at all with Draconic Tree Sentinel. or a very small amount. But we do it because we have it, and it's extra damage, even if it's only a little. Everybody's favorite chilling Skelly, just hanging out over here on the left. Doesn't have a care in the world. We're just gonna leave him be, because, you know, he's not messing with us, so we won't mess with him. And this is why we wanted to level up before we came in here. So now that we've hit this pillar, it's going to come up here and shoot fire out behind us, which changes where that chariot out there in the hallway spawns. So as we go back into the first area with the 2 chariots, this third chariot that we were just looking at will spawn in the wrong spot, and they'll all crash into each other, leaving us with a nice quiet hallway to walk down. Save for the Skelly that's gonna shoot an arrow at us, but, you know, welcome to the dungeon. That's gonna happen. Kill these frog guys one more time. R2 for you, and an R2 for your friend. R2 for your other friend. And one more jumping R2 for this dude. Yeah. And we just hang out here and wait. One crash. We need one more. Boom. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab this stone sword key, I guess. In case we need some runes later, we could sell it. There's a Skelly over to our right. It's important we keep running so its arrow doesn't hit us. Alright, now we can get rid of our armor. So we've got 3 more enemies we have to kill. 2 Skellies and an Omen. Skellies, honestly, are the scarier part, because they're the rolling variety. So what we do is we come up here and we basically creep forward until only one of them aggroes to us. And as soon as it takes a step forward, like it's seen us, you can't really see it because it's under my splits. Sorry about that. But as soon as it takes a step, we will back away. There we go. It just took 1 step toward us. So then we sneak over here, and it last saw us over there against the wall. So it's gonna, like, just stupidly wander over there. Oh, what's that? I should probably go check it out. Something over here? Against this wall, maybe? Get a backstab on him. Make sure his friend doesn't see you. That's why you wait for him to get all the way to the wall. Because he runs on this kind of diagonal coming from over there. And so if you attack him too early, his friend will aggro to you while you're backstabbing. Then for the friend, he's a little trickier. He doesn't like to do the same gentle aggro. Do the same thing with him. There he goes. He saw us, but sometimes he'll come out and just like full on try to attack us. So I give him lots of room. Yeah, see, he kind of saw us, but he turned back. So we're gonna wait for him to turn around to walk back to his spot, and he's turned around. Then we can sneak up on him and get the backstab. Okay, for this Omen dude, there's like an event trigger in this room. When you approach him from behind, he's gonna automatically turn and face us. But we want to attack him when he's totally unaware. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna immediately sneak in to the left into a corner when he turns around, and he won't see us. Then he'll turn back around and we can get a fully like de-aggroed hit on him. So watch this. We just go straight for this corner and sit still, and he won't see us. He'll turn back around. And now we can hit him fully unaware instead of him like automatically turning and seeing us. All right, so we're just gonna L2R2 it. We'll kill this guy. Yo, Hemidham, thank you so much for the bonk, friend. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you're at. I hope things are going well for you. All right, we'll lose our runes and get out of here one more time. And then we'll head to Lanedale. Time for Draconic Free Sentinel and Godfrey and Morgott. Let's go. Checking our setup. For this fight, we get a scripted kill actually on Draconic Tree Sentinel. So we need a few things. We need Golden Vow, Exalted Flesh, and Holy Grease, as well as our charge attack physic. And with these things combined, we will do enough damage to kill Draconic Free Sentinel before he can attack us. Thanks mostly, I'm gonna be honest, like I used to just straight up fight Draconic Free Sentinel all the time. And then I was watching McSwoozy's stream, and he does this thing where he staggers Draconic Tree Sentinel at the start of the fight. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so I like took that for myself, and I was like, I'm gonna stagger this guy. Then I realized that if I do that strat plus like an extra weapon art with some buffs, he just dies. So as much as I miss fighting this guy, we need consistency more than flair. We're already doing like melee only. That should be enough flair. We fight Maliketh head just straight up, so I don't know. I don't really like scripted fights, but you gotta do what you gotta do to make the run happen. I can always do another run where I, you know, just plain melee fight everything. And this is a plain melee fight, it's just not as interesting. Because we are so powerful. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna start, drink our charge attack physic. We'll do a little Golden Vow to make our attack stronger. We're gonna unequip our dagger for the slightly larger attack value, put on some Holy Grease, eat our Exalted Flesh, and now we're good to go. Sneak up behind him, do a fully charged R2, run forward. Oh, he didn't actually, wow. This is weird. Well, the script should be the same. Sorry, that threw me off for a second. Normally, when you hit him the first time, he like jumps away, and so you have to run forward to hit him. And so I had to shut my mouth when he did something different, just to make sure I didn't mess it up. GG, scripted. Yo, Lank, welcome back, friend. Thank you for the GG, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was just talking about it. I don't feel great about scripted fights in general, especially that one, because it's kind of a really fun fight. But, you know, we got to get this run, so I got to do what I got to do. And that is the most consistent way. Also, just the fastest. It saves us like 2 or 3 minutes, right? Love it? Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get a few levels real quick. 657 and 657. So when in doubt, Dex wins. This run is yours for the taking. Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. You know, those late game bosses, they're all intimidating. But I've put in the practice. Like, it should be fine. I really want to do a mid-range build after this. Because it's cool learning all the melee stuff, right? The really close range combat. And I did that intentionally because I figured, you know, when we were doing all these challenge runs for Dark Souls, what I found was that if you start with ranged fights, things are more difficult for you, because if you're a ranged fighter, things are fine when you're out of range, right? But when a boss or an enemy comes into range and you only know ranged fights, you're kind of compromised. So by doing melee first, my hope is that when we do ranged fights, everything will be that much smoother, because if we get into a bad position and someone closes the distance, we'll be able to fall back on our understanding of, you know, the close range mechanics.
I can govern my own movement, and thus
Lank, the run gets harder as it goes, but you know the strats, you know the moves, stick to the plan. Yeah, man. Thank you for the hype. Thank you, friend. I'll feel much better once we get past Fire Giant. Okay, I need to remember our cotton here. Oh, do we have enough cotton? Hope so. We only have one. I'm gonna go get cotton real quick. I don't wanna beat Morgott and come back and be like, I don't have any cotton. And we should just need to like pop by this one bonfire, I think. I think we just need one more smoldering butterfly. Yeah, there we go. Yoink. Quick beat, back to lurking. Good luck. Hey, thanks so much, Link. Thanks for stopping by, friend. And thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Actually, let's unequip this stuff we don't need. Woo! Almost didn't make that jump. Sneak behind this dude. I don't know who came up with that, like, Assassin's Creed over the rooftops route, but thank you, whoever you are. I saw both Gino Machino and Dino doing it, so I don't know where it came from, but whoever did it, you rock. Because coming up this area without aggroing those lightning shooting archer guys is really tough. It's almost impossible, actually, if you don't either go through the sewers or the way we went. If you come through over here, that dude always sees you. Some extra cash. Welcome. It was you, dragons. So for Godfrey coming up, we actually have a kind of weird looking strat But the idea is basically arena management is really important in this fight. And so we'll go like melee range with him, but we back away a lot and bait out certain range closing attacks. And the reason we do that is because if you get tangled up with this dude in a corner, the fight becomes way harder. So rather than do that, we just back away when we need to. Like here, he's in a corner, so I'm just gonna back away and force him to come out here. We don't go down there. Whoop. We don't go in there. We stay out here. By whatever means necessary. So we don't approach him because he has this fast melee attack he does. So we try to bait out that overhead axe attack. That attack is the reason we don't just like run up to him. It comes out really quicker than you would think. All right, there's Godfrey. Talisman. Hooray! Now we are pouched to the max. Oh, I didn't even have our Crucible Talisman on there. Oops. I wonder how much of this run we actually need the Crucible Talisman for anymore. But I'm not sure. I think we'll get hit if I get rid of it. Just because I think like I have muscle memory timings at this point. And if we lose those extra iframes, I just know at some point I'm going to get caught on a roll where I would have been saved prior. I don't know, maybe we'll get rid of the Crucible Talisman after we finish this run. We'll start another run, and I'll get used to the roll timings without it. But for now, I really like it for fights like Maliketh, and Radagon, and Hoarah Loux. And she is so scary. That black blade attack she can do. All right, while we wait for this, you guys, I'll BRB. I'm gonna go refill my water cup. Perfect. She is bored and has decided to go back to her nap. Okay, let's check our setup for Margit. Yep. Here we go. Or sorry, Morgott, not Margit. I mean, I guess it is kind of Margit as well. All right. Bye, Margit. Yes, this chair is mine now. Ah, oh, you guys, I broke my new chair. Oh, but I just got my new chair. Sad. Dragons, your PC crashed. Welcome back. I'm sorry your PC crashed. I'm glad it booted back up. You didn't miss much, just Godfrey and Morgott maybe. Bloop. All right, we are on to Fire Giant, you guys. GG, thank you, cheeky boy. Thank you. Praise the sun. Let's go. Let's burn this mother down. And by this mother, I mean the thorns on the Erd tree. And before we do, let's level up. Let's see what we got. 695. 696. Let's do that. Let's do 50 decks. Even though it's not exactly the best setup we could do. We could get slightly more damage by like 2 AR if we did strength. But I like even numbers, and 50 decks sounds good. For now. Alright. Last soft cotton. Alright, we did it. We avoided fall damage yet again. Rid of this dude. Stay far away from that dude up there. He's ended a few runs for us. Grab one more exalted flesh. Crap. Are you serious? How did that dude see me? Oh boy, this is bad. This is real bad, you guys. Oh. Jeez. I have never had that sneak path fail on me. I mean, I guess it worked out, but still, I don't know why that failed. Oh well. Fine. Alright, so time for a big brain strats, you guys. We need to get across this bridge. There are a bunch of bad guys. They're coming at us. So what we do is we start by running forward. And then once we get out here, we continue running forward. This guy's gonna miss. He'll chase us here. Maybe an arrow will hit behind us. But we just keep going forward. Hold the line. We go over here and try to bait him to run behind that. Just for fun, I guess. And it gets a little scary when he gets up on you like this, but as long as you keep going forward, he has to stop to do his spear attack. Or he has to slow down to do his spear attack, so he'll never actually catch you. And that is my fantastic trademarked hollow noob peepo sprint strat. I'm sure no one else has ever done anything nearly that original or complex. Those little dudes freak me out with their claw attack every time. So scared. We definitely don't need this golden seed. We have to keep our camera turned around when we run past that dude because he's got this scream attack where he like screams and shoots a projectile at you like a bat, and it can hit you in the butt if you're not paying attention. Even if you're running the whole time, he can still hit you with it. It's important that we keep moving through this area because there are birds. You see there's one over here and they're looking for you. So if you hang out for too long, they're going to find you and you don't want to tangle with those birds. All right, time for the like best, simplest strat ever, courtesy of Gino Machino. This firepot dude can shoot a fireball at you. You sneak up behind him like this, wait for him to turn around and get going. Sorry, I'm listening. He turns around to face you, which means he's not facing the direction you're going, which means he can't do his fireball attack and hit you. I think I bumped into him that time. That's why I shut up for a second, because if he does turn around and shoot a fireball at you, you can hear it. So I wanted to stop talking. So if, I was getting, because I bumped into him, if he was shooting at me, I wanted to be able to hear it so I could try and like dodge. I don't know how you would dodge it. Either jumping or getting off of torrent and using the iframes. Okay, guys, sleep time. Yo, Dragons, thanks so much for being here, friend. I hope you get some good rest. We'll see you next time. I would wave to you, but, you know, Borealis is coming up. You understand. Gotta pay attention. I'm waving to you with my head. Goodbye, Dragons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lake lobsters. Stay away. Danger. Danger. See you, Dragons. Have a nice night, man. Grab a couple of these just in case we need more cotton later. We shouldn't, though. We should be fine with what we have. There are no more sections where we need to take fall damage or avoid taking fall damage. Ladies and gentlemen, a giant hand. All right, fire giant, my dude. We are like 3,000 short of a level up. Let's see if we can get... Yeah, this should be good enough. 3,800. Perfect. Hopefully. Yep. That'll do. 700 or 699. Alright, strength it is. Okay, for fire giant, we definitely want the roll talisman. We also want an exalted flesh and our magic grease. Fire giant time! Oh yeah! Let's do it. Coming for you, fire giant. Better watch yourself. That was not ideal, actually, but, you know, work with what you got. We're in it now. Turn around, buddy. I don't want you thinking I'm behind you. I don't like your behind attacks. Oh my gosh, I was almost not able to escape that. Holy heck. Sorry for the EI, you guys, but I was in recovery frames applying my magic grease for far too long. Let's go! Alright. Deal with it, Fire Giant. Oh. My dude, get out of here. Woo. Oh, my heart is racing. When I got that not ideal intro attack, normally what I do now is I don't break his brace on his leg until I've attacked his foot a bunch of times. But I accidentally hit it with that intro attack and broke it. And so, I don't know. It felt good to recover after that. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate it. I should be GGing you, cheeky boy. You're the one pulling this madness off. Big fire boy down. Thank you for the GG disruptor. Yeah, man. Let's go, right? Let's go. All those practices paid off. They did. Because I totally messed up the start of that fight, man. I would have been in so much trouble. Otherwise. 723. 720. Alright, we're gonna do Dex first. Sorry, a tad late, went out for a run. No worries. No worries, man. Did you have a good run? So, let's talk to Melina. Ooh, let's commit a cardinal sin.
I have long observed the lands between this world and death. Are you to commit? Very well.
I am. Let's go, Melina. Through the power of hand-holding, we will commit a cardinal sin. I'm still not super clear on how this sends us to Far Mazula. I mean, maybe it's the same thing as like when we shake hands with Melina and she takes us to the round table hold. Maybe it's just one of her powers. Alright, so we're gonna want some kukri going through here. Welcome to crumbling Far Mazula. I tell you guys, that like hide in a corner and enemies don't notice you strat is super OP. Just tuck yourself away in a corner and sneak. It's fine. They won't see you. Alright, time for some sneaking. We gotta be sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Nobody even knows we're here. Alright, on to the Godskin Duo. 32,000 for a level up to this point. Nice. Sleep pot, charge. There's nothing else we need for this fight. Right? We need Golden Vow and our bow. We don't want the roll talisman because we want the extra damage. And we won't really be rolling that often. Alright, let's go. Let's go Godskin Duo. Okay, so for our setup here, we put our foot near this pillar and we aim for the crack in this statue. Alright, here we go. It's one, we run forward. The other dude, we get 1, 2 as well. Alright. Charged R2, into an R1, into another R1, into an L2. Some extra damage there at the end. Hurry up over here to our friend. Charged R2, into an R1, into another R1, into an L2. Followed up with the R2 for the extra damage. Nice. Get ready. 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5, I don't know, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000. Did I get him? Didn't get him? Okay, did. Nice. Charged R2 into an R1, into another R1, into an L2, into an R2 just for good measure. And there's Godskin Duo. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, let's go. One for safety. Exactly, Disruptor. Thank you for the GG. I appreciate it. Yeah, especially after that one time we got memed on. Hey, cheeky boy. Thank you for the GG. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I know it's taken us so long to get into a run today. I'm glad we were able to actually get into one, though. Just wait for this dude. He'll patrol, and as soon as we see him go underneath us and turn, we can go. There he goes. He turns. We can drop down and crouch. Got to lurk for a bit. Teaching a class. In case I missed the ending, wishing you great vibes. Yo, thanks so much, Disruptor, and thank you for the lurk and for being here and being so supportive, friend. I hope your class goes well. Sounds like fun. We'll see you later. Arum, welcome back, friend. Hello. So close. Unless I missed this jump. This is the run? Yeah, Prage. Let's Prage on that, man. I've definitely done the practice. If I don't mess anything up, this could be the run. But there are lots of tough bosses ahead. A couple of tough running sections, I'm sure you know. I'm gonna grab this extra rune, just because it's free. And why not? Somebody's still aggroed to me. There we go. They de-aggroed now. Hopefully the bird section doesn't meme us. It's usually okay. Go sit at this Grace to get rid of this Crucible Knight. Because I am still not convinced that he's unable to jump over that barrier. I've never seen him do it. I don't even know if he has jump attacks other than in phase 2, but I do worry those Crucible Knights will come get me if I don't sit. Hoarah Loux. Oh, yeah. Hoarah Loux ended our last run. Okay, so for the birds, we bait them out one at a time. We touch this yellow flower right in front of my head, and that aggroes this bird. And then we run back to the rooftop we were just on and kill him when he comes up to our level. Or her. Till she comes up to our level. Just gotta wait for the little head dip. Indicating they're climbing. Climb on up, big guy. Big girl. Whoever you are, get it done. Thank you. Somebody's always aggroed to me when I go through here, but no idea who. Huh. Alright. So for this one, this dude comes shooting out real fast. So we do a backstep and immediately run forward. Backstep into the light, run forward. I feel like they made these birds less likely to climb. I feel like they spend more time flying back and forth than not climbing up. Alright, so time for Let's Hope. The birds are in the right spot. Perfect. We're good to go. If these two birds down here are not on their pots, we have to go back to the bonfire and reset. Because my stealth approach doesn't work if this first bird's fine, but this other bird over there, if it's not sitting on its pot, it aggroes earlier and sees me. Alright, so we hang out here. I'm going to go ahead and wait for another cycle of lightning, because I don't want to deal with it. We lock onto this bird and then do a running, jumping R2 before he can fly. You have to be quick about that, though, because he can get up and start attacking you pretty quickly. And that's the first section. These next couple of birds are pretty easy too. This counts as a ledge they have to climb up. So we step here to aggro this first bird. Step right here. Wait for him to dip. Wait for him to dip. There he goes. Bonk. The second bird we can just stroll up on. He's cool. He's just chilling there. Third bird aggro's when we step in the center of this circular piece of tile here. So we wait for the lightning to go away. We do that. We run back up here. Wait for him to dip. Here is the dip. And the chop. And there's all our birds. Now we just have to go chase off a dragon. Easy. Oh man, this lightning is scary. Too bad you can't shoot an arrow. Yeah, right? Melee only plus arrows. To chase this dude off, we just have to enter his arena and then leave again. And he's like, oh no, they went away. I guess my job is done. He flies off. There's our plus 10 stone. Wait for this dude. And we just backstab him once he runs around this tree. I don't know where this guy's patrol path goes. You might just be able to ignore him, but I don't like ignoring him. I don't want him like sneaking up on me if I take too long or something. All right, now we have to crouch, and this is really important. You have to stay like on the very edge over here, or else this sleeping dude, who is super tanky, will wake up. And you don't want him waking up. I mean, maybe if you're not doing melee, you don't care, but that dude is such a butt. All right. So for this sleep pot, we line up our foot with this edge of the wall. Get our bow. We can throw one more sleep pot. Right here. Stand up. We zoom all the way in and put the center of our crosshair aligned with the top of that tree, and we throw. Bonk, and he's like, oh, what's this? I should go check it out. Oh, why am I so tired? I don't know, you guys. Just feel like it's a good time to take a nap. Dummy. That's okay, he went peacefully. And then for our final trick, we sneak through here using a kukri. The way this works is there's an event trigger when you go in this room. So these guys won't aggro properly unless you trip it. So you step in the room and turn back immediately while sneaking. You see this dude turned around, so he's now active. But he doesn't see us. Let me throw a kukri over there. Crouch again. And we wait for the big guy to come through the door over here. These two guys we don't care about so much. That big guy is who we're trying to get around. There we go. Easy peasy. That's exactly what you do, Aram. Hey, I don't know. This may actually be your strat. Did you come up with it? I just saw I saw Dino doing it. I took it from him. So maybe he took it from you. I don't know. If it is a creation of yours, thank you. It's a good one. All right, let's go make sure that I lit this. Can you imagine if I had like teleported away without lighting this grace? Let's go get our... You took it from someone else? Yeah. I don't know where it came from. Whoever made this, thank you. That's a very good strat. Oh, it was DJ Carmichael. Nice. Carmichael does good stuff. 345, 475. Perfect. Ashes of War. No, we still need Golden Vow for Sir Gideon Ofnir before we can get rid of it. See if we can get a level up before we go. We can. We can get one whole level up. Cool. Okay, double checking my stuff. No bow. Damage, 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 and rolling. We don't need our kukri. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go. Actually, give me a second. I'm feeling kind of anxious. I need to, like, just cool down. Have a sip of water. Alright, let's do it. Bonk. 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 Roll. So I'm going to lead him back over here because I want to avoid getting meme hit when we transition to phase 2 because I spawn on the other side of the arena, and if he's doing a claw attack, claws can get me over there as I spawn. Nope. Nope. That was an opportunity. It was not one I wanted to take, though. All right, perfect. Oh. Whoa! I thought that was going to phase transition him. Holy heck. Oh, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Here we go. Bonk. See, those waves that were left behind, they could have totally hit us if they were facing this direction. Nice. He's not done the fast attack yet. Whoa, right into another? Dang, my dude. He's mad. He's super mad. Just be cool, Maliketh. Just be cool. All right, let's go. Let's go. Thank you for the GG, Aram. I'm always worried about that fight, man. That fight can be a real pain. I should have saved that blood boil or the foul foot. I think I normally use that on Gideon. Great fight. No, thanks, man. I practiced the heck out of Maliketh. My Maliketh phase 2 used to be terrible. I would die like half the time. It was more fun to watch because it was more aggressive, but man, would I die. Oh, how many times I died. Thank you guys so much for the GGs. Let's go get our Blood Boil Aromatic and then go beat up on Gideon Ofnir. And then you guys, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but then we're back at our distance PB, so let's not mess this up, huh? 40 and 65, perfect. That's exactly our max damage output for this run. Alright, so we're gonna put on our armor because there's some poison. There's a poison flower over here, and we don't want to get poisoned. No, never mind. I was gonna go buy some poison resistant stuff just to be extra paranoid, but I don't think that's required. Do I sleep the flower? I was just thinking about that. Does it sleep? I could, Aram. I just run past it. It does. Well, I'm gonna sleep the flower. Thank you. It was actually running through my head right now because I was, you know, we're this far along, and I usually get like a small tick of poison to get it to shut down its poison cloud, because it doesn't stop until you get close. But if it sleeps, we have sleep pots coming out our ears. We've already used all of the ones we need to use. Nice. Nice. Thank you, Aram. Dude, you are a lifesaver. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, man. You've been providing nothing but great advice. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Easy. Yeah, man. Now, as long as we don't get hit going into Shaded Castle. Shaded Castle is, I mean, the route we have is really safe. But I have messed it up in the past. Since then, though, I've corrected it, so it should be totally fine. You love all the mechanics that avoid combat in this combat-focused game? Kukri, sleep, sneaking. Absolutely. I'm really happy that they brought over some of those mechanics from Sekiro. When they mentioned that they were adding some like basic sneak into Elden Ring, I was so hyped, and it's delivered. It's exactly what they describe, right? Like, there's some sneaking, It's not a lot of it, but it's basic sneaking. And that's all I wanted. I don't want it to be a like a Splinter Cell game or anything like that. But I do like sneaking. I like using it as a way to get through levels. And it scratches that itch for me, the like need to sneak really well. Do-be-do-do-do. Do 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 do. All right, off to Shaded Castle. Do 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 do. Never knew you could find land octopus ovary as loot. Yeah, there are like 2, I think, in the whole game. That's one of them. I think the other one was inaccessible. Or maybe that's the only one. I was just happy to find one. You gotta watch out if you're going this way for this rider approaching. This dude, like, if he gets within range of you, he's got a super fast attack. I give him lots of room. The 2, yeah. I mean, at least they make up for it by having the big guys, like, have 100% drop rate for them. So if you really want them, you can get them in infinite supply. I am happy, though, that they put 2 just hanging out. I heard you go a different way through Shaded Castle, Aram. I don't know if it's actually true. Dino was referencing you when he was going through here. Like, jumped over the wall over there. Oh gosh. Wow. That was super Monka. Holy heck. I had to move that. I've never had that beam of light attack show up right there. Oh boy. Man. I would have been so upset if that had been our run ender right there. But we kept it together. We kept it together, brother. Our powers combined. We're gonna make it through here. You jump over the slugs and take the left. Take a left and the ladder is right there. Yeah. I do it this way so I can sneak past that guy. I was very sneak oriented when I made this route. Nico took a slightly different path and ran into enemies. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I figured he messed something up because he was like, this is how Aram does it, and then he ran into enemies, and I was like, I think that's probably close to how Aram does it. You kill the bell guy next to the ladder? Yeah. I wasn't sure I could one-shot him, so I just ignore him. Now up here, this is really interesting. I go left because there's an event trigger right there that triggers the guys on the inside. And so if you go slightly left when you come up this ladder, it doesn't trigger them. You can like take your time setting up. Alright, so we go up against the wall to trigger the bad guys, then we back up and we throw a kukri at this statue. And then they turn away and we sneak up and chop them. And we sneak back over here. This dude pops out like, pop! There he goes. We wait, he'll turn around and come back toward us and then turn back around again. We roll away from this dude and hide behind the statue until he either comes out or de-aggroes. Good to go. Yoink. Let's verify we got everything. We do. 1 blood boil aromatic coming up. Perfect. Back to Lanedale. Where are you? It's hard to tell without the maps. Once he does a scripted attack, you can throw kukri at the wall and just run to the ladder. The magic guy can't hit you. Yeah, I saw Nico do that, and he commented on that's how you do it. I haven't practiced it, and I know that my way works. So yours seems easier for sure because you don't have to mess with that magic guy at all. You know, I just don't want to deviate during a run. If I practice that section again, I'll probably do it the way you do with a kukri. Though I don't know, it still makes me kind of nervous, man. Like that dude that pops out, he has like what? An exploding bolt crossbow and a like rapier. I don't know. I would be worried that like he would still attack me. Woohoo, last stretch. You arrived at the right moment. You did. Wait, let me grab some popcorn. I think we've got Peepo popcorn. Maybe we don't. Okay, now we just need to not mess up the Gideon setup. Alright. Get rid of our bow. We need a Golden Vow. And we need our Blood Boil Aromatic and our Holy Grease. And our Charged R2 Talisman. Time for mega damage. We don't have Peepo popcorn. That's my bad. Let me split, actually. We're behind on our splits. Those guys in particular have bad vision or something. There are some in Carrier Manor who don't even see you if you're in front of them. Okay, I messed this up one time, so I just need to like be totally sure. So I'm doing Charged R2, L2, R2 after all of our buffs. Our damage is too low. Why is our damage too low? Why is our damage too low? Our damage should be over 1,000. Something's wrong. Dude, if this comes back to bite me, I don't know why our stats are maxed. What is wrong with my damage? Oh, I know what it is. I'm not two-handing. Okay, thank goodness. Jeez. Oh, I was so freaked out. Our damage is supposed to be over 1,000 and it was at 970. I was like, wait a second. Now we're at 1033. Okay, phew, it was just a two-hand issue. All right, we're fine. That really had me worried because we're at our target stats right now. So I was like, how is this possible? We're at our target stats for the run, and okay. Anyway, let's go. Well, Golden Vow. Get rid of that. Holy Grease. Charge R2. Last but not least, some Blood Boil.
And here you'd come.
Let's go.
To become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
Charged R2, L2, R2. Got him. We got him, chat. That is why we get Blood Boil aromatic.
Cannot become.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's go. Let's go. Hoarah Loux, what's up, my dude? Coming for you, buddy.
Cannot kill.
Hey, thank you for the GG arm. Thank you. Woo. Let's go. Yeah. Now it is. It is in fact Monka up until the end. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so Hoarah Loux has that one delayed slam at the leg attack. I need to pick my opportunities to fight. And that's it. I just need to be patient. This is a patience, don't get greedy fight. I need to also make sure that my transitions are on point. Because there are like 2 transitions that he does where we can potentially get extra damage in. And if I don't get that extra damage in, it makes phase 2 a lot harder. Okay, so before we go in, I want the roll talisman for sure. And that's it, man. Let's just go. We need our, I mean, we don't need it, but it's extra stamina and extra charged R2 damage, so let's get it. Sad flask noises, yeah. Oh, we also need to level up. What am I doing? We can have more endurance. We can have so much more endurance. We have 158,000. That's like 3 levels. 3 levels, nice. Cool. Totally worth it. Totally worth the detour. Okay. I'm all like antsy in my pantsy now. Let's go. Arm, thank you for the hydrate, friend. All right. Serious time. Thought he was transitioning. Nice. Got him. Nope, too close, too close. You can get hit punishing that attack if you're too far behind him. Found that out the hard way during practice. That is the attack we want, but it was too close. My dude, come on. Why you gotta be like this, Hoarah? My man! Yes! I mean, maybe. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Yo, Distance PB, what's up? Yo, B3, hey friend. Let's do be some water, shall we? All right. One last horribly monka fight, and then we're done. Let's go. We are getting this.
Justin.
Yo, Markish00, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the GLs. All right, we got to go back and get our Flame of the Redmanes real quick, and then we're good to go. Oh, it's fine. It's totally cool. This is just another Radagon fight. Dun, 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 dun. You must be a blacksmith, huh? Not Andre? You must indeed. Flame of the Redmanes. All right, let's go. No. Did I not? I guess I didn't light the grace. Thank you for the parade, Arm. Thank you. Since we're here, let's level up. I know there's another bonfire up there, but this one's already lit. And it's all endurance. It's endurance time. So let's check our setup before we get too far. We need our dagger. Roll talisman. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. People popcorn. All right, let me calm myself a little bit. What do I need to remember for Radagon? Not a fully charged R2 at the start. Don't get greedy. All right, let's go. Ah! Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes, he did it! He did it, chat! Oh, but I waited too long. I'm not gonna get my 3 jumping R2s, am I? It's okay, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. I think. Oh, it's not exactly fine. It's mostly fine. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me, man. At least you did the rings, I guess. Let's go! Oh my god, let's go! I'm shaking, you guys! Holy crap! Elden Ring, no damage, no hit, melee weapons only, any percent, done! Oh, feels good, man! Holy heck! Oh gosh, you guys, it took so many tries. I was really starting to feel it. Oh, yeah! Oh, oh my gosh!